The Road to Justice. The $500 fine was slapped on my windshield as I helped my disabled son unload his wheelchair from our moving van. Parking violation, vehicle not within lines, it declared, signed by Margaret Hensley, president of the Willow Creek HOA. She had no idea she'd just crossed a retired city planner with a knack for turning the tables. By the time I was done, Margaret's house would sit at the end of a road to nowhere. I'm Daniel Harper, 52, a former urban planner with 20 years at the Department of City Planning. My son, Caleb, 14, is a bright kid who's used a wheelchair since a car accident took his mother's life 6 years ago. We'd moved to Willow Creek, a suburban enclave outside Raleigh, to be near my aging parents. Our moving van had barely nudged over the faded lines in our driveway while I set up Caleb's ramp. That's when Margaret, all prim and predatory, swooped in. "Excuse me," she said, her voice sharp as a knife. "I'm Margaret Hensley, HOA president. You're the new resident at 23 Maple Lane, correct?" "Daniel Harper," I said, wiping sweat from my brow. "Just settling in." "Your vehicle is misaligned with the parking zone," she said, eyeing the van's tires, 6 inches over the line. "I'm securing my son's ramp," I said. "I'll move it soon. Rules don't bend for personal matters, Mr. Harper. Everyone follows the same standards." She handed me the $500 citation with a smug flourish. $500? I said, stunned. "For a moving day slip?" "The fee schedule is in your HOA packet. You should have read it." She turned on her heel as Caleb rolled up, grinning about the backyard's treehouse potential. Margaret's gaze flickered to his wheelchair, her lips thinning. "Please ensure mobility devices are stored discreetly. We prioritize visual harmony here." Caleb's smile faded. My blood boiled. "His wheelchair goes where he needs it," I said. "We'll see," she said coolly. "Welcome to Willow Creek." That night, I called the HOA office to dispute the fine. The secretary, Mrs. Ellis, sounded weary. "Margaret's been strict on parking lately. You can appeal, but she chairs the committee. She's intimidating." "Intimidating how?" I asked. Mrs. Ellis whispered, "She tracks everyone's mistakes, every infraction, every complaint. She uses it to keep control." "Sounds like blackmail," I said. "I didn't say that," she replied. "Just be careful." A week later, Margaret posted my violation on the HOA's online forum, captioning it, "Newcomer flouts community standards." The comments were vicious. "Arrogant jerk thinks rules don't apply. If they need special setups, move to a handicap-friendly place." Worst were the jabs at Caleb. "Entitled dad thinks his crippled kid gets a free pass." Caleb saw it all. "Dad, do we belong here?" he asked, eyes wet. "We do," I said, hugging him. "This is your home." But Margaret wasn't done. Another $500 fine arrived for repeat parking violations, though my van was perfectly aligned. A handwritten note read, "Some families don't suit Willow Creek. Consider a more suitable area." It was clear. She wanted us gone because Caleb's wheelchair didn't fit her perfect vision. I decided to fight back at the next HOA meeting. The clubhouse, a glossy building by the creek, was packed with restless residents. Margaret presided like a queen. When I tried to speak, she cut me off. "Appeals are submitted in writing, Mr. Harper." "I'm challenging the rule itself," I said. "Only board members discuss regulations," she snapped. The meeting dragged on, and when I stood again, she claimed time had run out. As I protested, 2 HOA security guards escorted me out. "This shows how seriously we enforce rules," Margaret called after me. The next morning, a note was taped to my driveway. "If rules are too hard, you don't belong. MH. Then the harassment intensified. Citations piled up. $500 for Caleb's wheelchair cluttering the garage, $500 for noise from his therapy sessions, $500 for the ramp we'd installed. By week's end, we faced $2,500 in fines. The breaking point came when Caleb overheard a classmate say Margaret claimed disabled kids tank property values. He cried, "Are we the problem, Dad?" "You're the best part of this place," I said. "We're done playing her game." I dug into public records, leveraging my planning expertise. Willow Creek's main road, including the stretch by Margaret's house, was never deeded to the HOA. It belonged to a defunct developer's trust, defaulted to the county, and was now up for tax auction due to unpaid taxes. I also found an old alternate route along the creek's west bank, designed for emergencies. After days of research, I confirmed the road was separate from residential lots. Whoever owned it controlled access to half the neighborhood, including Margaret's address. At the auction, I bid $12,000 and won the 40-foot wide strip containing the road. The clerk blinked. "You know you bought a street?" "I know what I'm doing," I said. I called my old colleague, Tom Reynolds, at City Planning. "I need a favor, Tom. I'm redesigning my neighborhood's traffic flow." "Personal, huh?" he said. "Someone's targeting my son," I said. "I'm ending it." I drafted plans for a new road along the creek, bypassing Margaret's stretch. It was safer, shorter, and better for emergency access. I submitted it as a resident-funded civic project. While it processed, I hired a PI to investigate Margaret. She had a history, 3 prior HOAs, all ending in resignations after bullying families with disabled kids. Worse, she'd funneled $60,000 in HOA funds to her husband Roger's failing landscaping business. Construction began after city approval. Margaret stormed over as surveyors marked the route. "You can't build a road without HOA permission." "I own this land," I said, showing the deed. "Permits are filed." "You're isolating my house over a parking ticket," she shrieked. "I'm improving access," I said. "Your road becomes a private easement. I control it." She tried everything: lawsuits, petitions, media smear campaigns. All failed. My permits held. Then came her sabotage. She left threatening notes. "Your road will fail. Accidents happen to families who don't belong." I took them to Detective Laura Brooks, who warned, "She's escalating. Get a protective order." The final blow came when Roger, her husband, confessed. "Margaret's unhinged," he said. "She's planning to sabotage your equipment," and reported Caleb's address as fake to his school. I pressed charges. Margaret was arrested for harassment, stalking, and terroristic threats. Her arrest hit local news, and a petition to remove her as HOA president gained 70 signatures. At the emergency meeting, residents aired years of grievances. Mr. Larson, a retired accountant, revealed $60,000 in misappropriated HOA funds. The vote was unanimous. Margaret was ousted. Her house became a logistical night merino mail, no trash pickup, no easy access. Her lawn was torn up for utility work. Neighbors cheered the new road's benefits: faster emergency response, better views, rising property values. Margaret moved out within weeks. Her house sold at a loss. A sign on her lawn read, "Community reclaimed." At the next HOA meeting, Caleb rolled up beside me. "She's gone for good?" "Yep," I said. "We won." "Do people like her change?" he asked. "Maybe," I said. "But we don't wait for them. We build better." What do you think? Was Daniel's response to Margaret's bullying justified, or did he go too far? How would you handle injustice or bullying in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's debate the line between justice and revenge.